So changes in home loan rates, currency fluctuations, the Sensex crashing, we reacted to all these events of 2008, sometimes for the better, but often for the worse.
2008, a year that saw volatility hitting its peak. With the stock markets crashing across the globe, it wasn't long before the numbers changed color on our screens and our financial lives. Amidst rising uncertainty, could we have kept a straight head and made the right decisions? Well, clearly not. Here are a few areas where most of us went astray. It was all about earning that quick buck. From an MBA to a taxi driver, people speculated, traded, even made money. In a bid to get higher returns, momentum stocks ruled the roost. But the deal turned sour for investors who stayed on and did not make a clean exit at the right time.
The maximum mistake which people do is always come in at the top. The retail investor unfailingly makes that mistake. I'm not saying this with disrespect, but this is something which they have to control, discipline themselves. However, if they have made that mistake, at least stop speculating, which is don't play the futures, don't do margin trading, don't speculate. If you have money, invest.
But all is not lost, say analysts. They feel a falling market is in fact the best time to pick up stocks as they come to you at throwaway prices.
You must do your own homework. This is your money. Treat it with respect. Don't borrow money to invest in stocks. That's the first cardinal principle. You break that rule, you will break yourself and you will go broke also. So invest carefully, invest with a decision that I want to make, this is my objective, this is a return I want to make. When you reach that decision point, or alternatively if you analyze the company, if you think this is the point where you must sell because it met its fundamental logic, you must exit. At that time, don't get greedy, control yourself. Right now, you are fearful. At that point in time, only 12 months back, you were greedy. Both the cases you must avoid.
With the stock markets taking a headlong tumble, the NAVs of mutual funds could not have fared better. Ineffective diversification, high-risk sector funds and lugging around a large portfolio with haphazard selection of funds did take its toll on most mutual fund investors. The result, as expected, was a portfolio imbalance. It wasn't only the share market that spelled doom. The year 2008 saw a whole lot of volatility in home loan rates as well. With interest rates shooting up, most investors delayed their plans of buying property.
You cannot time your borrowing decision based on the interest rate prevalent at a particular point of time. However, what you can definitely do is to ensure that you are getting the best rate that is available in the market at a particular point of time. Today, my advice is, if you maintain a spotless record of payment, then and if you're paying more than 11% interest, shift your lender now.
On the other hand, real estate, which saw enormous demand in the last couple of years, faced a slowdown if not a slump. In their quest to make a quick buck in the property space, most people ended up taking loans that they just could not afford. When developers failed to sell their properties, what they faced is a liquidity crunch on their projects. Let's not forget the investors who also took a hit.
Probably the biggest mistake was like people subscribed too much to the speculative announcement. People invested into the developer's project at the pre-launch stage. By witnessing the growth of last couple of years, people feel encouraged to do so. And at the end of the year, when the demand didn't catch up and a lot of developers suffered heavily and they couldn't sell their projects, so those investors who have borrowed money to invest into real estate projects are now suffering.
While the real estate party that was on for the last few years has ended, it is just the right time to take stock and chart the way ahead. Our experts tell us how.
People should not subscribe to the speculative announcements they should check the credibility of the developer, they should check the viability of the project before doing investment. Also, they should be very sure about their own financing arrangement. If they are taking loans for say, how much loan they should take, how much they should spend from their own pocket, that is something one need to check very carefully, because once they have taken a loan, then they have to pay a fixed sum of EMI every year, and which could be a financial burden at a later stage. So one needs to take care of all these factors into consideration and then decide about the property.